A quiet black girl gets cornered by a group of white bullies in the school hallway. He called her names, mocked her skin color, and tried to lay hands on her. But he had no idea who she really was. Why didn't she fight back at first? What happens next will leave you speechless. You move out the way, charcoal. That was the first thing he said, loud, bold, and right in the middle of the crowded hallway of Rosedale High, standing like a rock in the middle of it all, was Darren Colt. Tall, blonde, varsity Letterman jacket, half-zipped, a cocky smirk on his face, the kind of guy who thought he owned the school. He wasn't alone. Behind him stood his loyal crew, Bo Tucker and Jace, three farm boy types who followed Darren like sheep. Follow a wolf in front of them stood Amara Kane, a black girl with voluminous, natural curly hair, dark skin, hands in her pockets, quiet, calm. Not a single flinch in her eyes. Amara didn't move. She just looked at Darren straight in the eyes. "Did you hear me?" Darren said louder, stepping closer. I said, "Move, charcoal. You don't belong in this hallway. This is the athlete wing. She's just ignoring you, bro." Bo laughed. She probably doesn't understand English. The group laughed, but Amara didn't. She didn't laugh, she didn't move. Her eyes didn't blink. 1 step, 2 steps. Darren got close, too close. "You walk like you own the place. But let's be real, you're just a scholarship token. They let you in to look diverse. You ain't special, girl." He looked her up and down with mock disgust. "You know what, though? You'd be kinda cute if you weren't." So he dragged a finger across his cheek. Burnt the hallway. Suddenly got quiet. A few students turned. Some stopped. Others looked away. They had seen Darren do this before, pick someone, push buttons, then laugh when they broke down. But this time, something felt different. Still, Amara didn't react. Her hands stayed in her hoodie. Calm, focused. Darren was getting irritated. "What's the matter? Cat got your tongue," he mocked, leaning in so close his breath hit her cheek. That's when she finally spoke. "You don't want to do this," she said, voice low but steady. Darren blinked. "Oh yeah, why not?" Amara's eyes narrowed, and for a brief second her lips twitched like she almost smiled. "Because you're going to regret it." Back to the hallway, Darren's smirk dropped for a second. But the boys behind him, Jared again. "Regret what you think we're scared of some little girl?" He shoved her shoulder hard, and that's when the air changed fast. Amara didn't stumble. She didn't flinch in one smooth motion. She stepped sideways, grabbed Darren's wrist, twisted it behind his back, and slammed him against a locker, all in less than 2 seconds. The hallway exploded. Gasps, shouts. A phone flew into someone's hand camera on "Yo, yo, yo, did y'all see that?" Darren's cheek was pressed against cold metal, eyes wide. "Let me go!" he shouted. "You pushed me," Amara said. Her voice still calm. "This is me pushing back." Then she let him go just like that, like he weighed nothing. Darren stumbled back, holding his wrist, blinking like he'd just been hit by lightning. "What the hell was that?" He barked. "She's a freaking ninja," Tucker whispered. "No, not a ninja," Amara said as she walked away. "Just trained." That night the clip hit Instagram, then TikTok, then Twitter. The caption read, "White boy tries to bully black girl. She turns out to be MMA-trained Elma." Over 300,000 views in 6 hours. The next morning, Rosedale High had a new queen, and Darren Colt had a bruised ego. But this was only the beginning, because Monday Darren wanted payback, and this time he wasn't planning to fight fair. Absolutely. Here's the final part of the story. Monday came like a storm. Word had spread. Everybody had seen the video. Amara Kane had gone viral. Some called her MMA Queen. Others called her the Shadow because of how fast she moved. But while the students buzzed with excitement, Darren Colt was burning with rage. The bruise on his ego hurt more than the one on his arm. His father, some big shot in the community, had called him that morning. "You let a girl do that to you in public." Darren was humiliated, and now he was out for blood. Third period. He huddled up with Bo Tucker and Jace behind the gym. "She thinks she's smart," Darren whispered, "but we're going to show her. She's not welcome here." "What are you thinking?" Bo asked. Darren grinned. "We wait until after school. She goes to that old portable near the back to get her books. No cameras, no crowd, just us and her." "Yo, we sure about this?" Tucker said, suddenly uneasy. She flipped you like a pancake, man. Darren glared. You scared? Tucker shrugged. Kind of, Darren spat on the ground. We're taking our school back 3:42 p.m. The final bell rang. Students' scattered buses roared to life. Laughter filled the air as the sun dipped low over Rosedale High. Amara walked alone, heading toward the portable classroom near the edge of campus. Her steps were slow, steady. She knew eyes were on her. She could feel it, but she didn't flinch. Wait a second. Tell us where you're watching from in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this. As she reached the door and grabbed her locker key, a voice shouted behind her, "Round 2, baby girl." She turned Darren and the 3 boys, this time wearing gloves, this time meaner, this time ready. Darren cracked his knuckles. No cameras now, let's see how tough you really are. Amara dropped her backpack to the ground and calmly took off her hoodie underneath. She wore a black compression shirt with Kane Combat School written across the front bows. Squinted weight. Kane like Kane Combat in East Ridge. Jay Sculpted, that's the MMA gym that trained pros, man. Darren shook it off. Shut up! She's bluffing! Amara took one slow breath. Then came the charge. Darren rushed first, swinging wild. Amara ducked, grabbed his jacket, and flipped him clean over her hip. He slammed onto the dirt. Hard air knocked from his lungs. Tucker screamed and charged a quick sidestep. Amara hit him with a swift jab to the ribs. He fell to his knees, gasping. Jace froze. Bo ran. Darren tried to get up, but Amara put her foot on his chest. Still think I don't belong here? She asked. He didn't answer. I'm not just here on scholarship, she said, voice low and firm. I earned my place, you. You hide behind your daddy's name and 4 dumb followers. She leaned in closer. You picked the wrong girl. Darren's eyes welled up, not from pain, from fear. And that's when Coach Ramirez stepped out from behind the portable, enough she'd seen the whole thing in the principal's office later that evening. Amara sat calmly, while Darren and the others got lectured, suspended, and sent home. Principal Adams stared at Amara across the desk. You've got a calm way of handling chaos. Amara nodded. My dad says, control is strength and strength is quiet. He's right. Adams said. And about your training? Kane Combat. Yes, sir, you related to Reuben Kane. He's my dad. Adams chuckled in disbelief. Your father trained UFC champions. Why didn't you say anything? Amara looked out the window. Because I didn't come here to fight, she said softly. I came here to learn. The next morning, the entire school was buzzing again, but this time with respect. Amara walked the halls with her head high. No phones, no mocking, just nods, smiles, quiet awe, and Darren. He never messed with her again. In fact, he barely showed his face in the halls for a while. That day in the gym during assembly, Principal Adams stepped up to the mic. We talk a lot about strength at this school, he said. But strength isn't about shouting, it's not about fists. It's about standing tall even when the world pushes you down. He looked directly at Amara, and sometimes the quiet ones, they carry the biggest power. The students clapped loud. The hallway that once echoed with insults now echoed with silence respect because Amara Kane didn't just win a fight. She taught a school a lesson they'd never forget. And Darren, he learned the hard way. Karma hits hard. If that story gave you chills, you know what to do? Smash that subscribe button. Right now, there are more powerful stories like this coming your way. Real stories, real lessons. You don't want to miss what we drop next.